Well, the first designer we want to show you at the Designer Show House is Christie Morrow, doing some work for Marcums Landscape. And hey, Christie, welcome to the program.
Hello.
Christie, when you got the charge to do this area here at the home, it's sort of a secluded little area on the property. And when you walked in here and you first saw it, what did you think?
Well, the first thing I thought was make it more of a secret garden look, where it's cozy and intimate, maybe have some romantic lighting and fragrance, more of a aromatherapy secret garden, and have different varieties of fragrant plants.
Okay, it is a cozy little space here. We got the oak kind of coming over with the branches and almost has a roof on it, so maybe some of those aromas would kind of hang around a little bit longer,
right.
and that kind of thing. And what are some of the plants you chose for those fragrances?
Specifically Gardenia, Kleim's hardy gardenia, a Mumstead lavender, one of the hardy versions for Oklahoma also, and I also have some shrub roses, Don Juan, ginger snap, and rosemary and herbs.
Okay, and you put some azaleas in for color back here, and which type of azalea do we have?
This is the Encore azalea. The particular variety is carnation.
All right, and the Encore, of course, blooms in the spring, a little bit in the summer, and a little bit in the fall.
Right, and it's evergreen.
All right, and that gardenia you were talking about, that's hardy to like zone 7?
Right.
Okay, so folks in the southern part of Oklahoma could enjoy that, and here in maybe the central and some of the areas further north could maybe put it in a protected location, sort of like this, so it doesn't get so cold. And you're going to do some other work in this area. It's not completely finished. You're kind of getting held up by the rain here, but I know you guys are going to put some color around one of the fountains, and maybe even change out the fountain in this.
I'm going to change out the fountain, give it kind of like a rock facade down at the base, and then have a nice this type of fountain where it has the copper and the patina look, so the water sounds will echo in this tight area. Also bougainvillea and clematis and things that trickle over the wall to soften it up and give it a lot of color.
Okay, and the fountain here, it's just a self-contained fountain. The water comes out at the top and just kind of runs over
ripples down
these rocks, and gives a really good sound, right? Okay. Well, Christie, I can't wait to see this when you get it all finished. I know you're going to have a lot more color, and it should be a nice, cozy little garden area. Thanks for showing it to us. Well, the second designer we want to visit with here at the show house is Linda Horn of Total Environment. And we've had Linda on our program a couple times in the past, so welcome back to the show, Linda.
Well, Steve, it's great to work with you again.
All right, good to see you.
Thanks.
And Total Environment was responsible for designing a certain area here at the home. And here in the backyard, I was visiting with you earlier, and you were talking about the bones of the garden, the brick wall and some of the old shrubs and the hardscape, and you really wanted to kind of work with that. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We wanted to preserve a lot of it because it really was in very good shape. This house is a really beautiful house, and everything's backed by this beautiful lattice brick wall, and it's with beautiful ivy climbing over it, and in the foreground obviously you can see the boxwoods. So we did a combination of different color pinks and whites, wave petunias.
Okay.
We chose the petunias because of the hardiness.
Sure.
And at this time of the year it still could be quite cold like it is today.
You never know what you're going to get.
Thank God we did that.
Yeah.
But we also chose some tree roses, and every 10 feet we've got beautiful white carpet tree roses, and they've been grown on standards. So when it warms up, they'll be just chock full of blooms because they're chock full of buds right now, and so it'll be really quite spectacular
and I bet
against that brick.
When this is open to the public, those will be in full bloom.
Right.
Well, Linda, look around. I
Absolutely.
really like what you did with the big masses of the petunias, and right back here we've got some really neat old-fashioned flowers.
Old-fashioned balsam. Remember those when you were a kid? You used to pop the seeds.
Type of impatiens.
Yeah. We had a grower, Mike Rankin, donate those to us, so we added them into the background. We also have some Helleborus. We have Winter's Dream. Helleborus become real popular for shady areas, and They're evergreen, so they're quite beautiful. We use some encore azaleas, and as you well know, the encores bloom sporadically throughout the season, so they give you an extended bloom time.
Yeah.
We've used some Graham Blandy boxwood. Not many people are familiar with that. And it's a columnar type boxwood, grows straight up, so kind of it'll give a little bit more interest to the blank brick walls over there.
Okay, great broadleaf evergreen there.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Linda, I look over here and I see a huge elm that has some wiring attached, and that's kind of an interesting story, I guess.
Well, one of the things Total Environment does is Christmas lights. So they have a lot of parties, a lot of big fundraisers here at the show home during the time that it's open, and so we decided we'd decorate the tree, and so it's decorated with LED lights, which are phenomenal. They're very bright, so it'll light up that area nicely, and also they're low voltage, so you don't get save some money. Yeah.
Well, Linda, thanks for showing us around.
You
guys did a great job.
Thanks.
Well, the third designer we want to introduce to you is Troy Duncan of Planet Landscapes here in Oklahoma City. Hey, Troy, welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you very much.
Well, Troy, you guys were given this little garden room area, and you were explaining to me earlier that this is not really an area that is used a lot as an outdoor room. It's more of an area that you enjoy from inside the house?
Right, this house has so many windows that you can really enjoy this area by standing inside the indoor pool area. So we thought we would really make it a more impact of larger plants with larger color and textures.
Okay, and I think you've done a really good job with that. I look over here in the corner, and it looks really nice with the fountain, but you guys did a major change over here in this corner, is that correct?
Yes, actually there was a large dead oak tree in the corner over here, and because there's such a visual area here that we could see from the inside, we thought we'd use more of a cobalt blue type water feature that you can really enjoy from all aspects of this house.
Okay. And of course it's recirculating from a reservoir underneath the rock there.
Right. There's actually, that's about 2 feet down, dug in with a rubber liner that holds all the water and really makes a nice calm area out here.
Okay. Well, I really like the plants you've used in this area. Again, the encore azaleas that some of the other designers have put in, and we got some hosta over here. I like the heucheras and the Japanese painted fern. And I understand when you were putting some of these plants in, you discovered drains and things like that. So you had to kind of adjust your plan because of what was underground.
Right, and that's pretty normal stuff for us, having to shift it around drainage. Drainage is pretty important. Without drainage, all the stuff would sit out here and die. But really what we wanted to accomplish is we have a lot of shade here, and sometimes you're limited with shade plants, but just to try to get the different textures with the darker, like the yews there, and just to make everything show up is what we really tried to accomplish with the space.
Okay, so you can do a lot with just the color green with some of these shrubs that you put in.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, and the hostas, you get a really good contrast with the mondo or the money wort there underneath the yopon holly. And you guys ran into quite a few roots, I guess, under the yopon.
Right, and that's something we run into all the time as you get a larger yopon tree like this. A lot of times the roots are so dense that you cannot plant anything of any size. A lot of times we use a ground cover, and golden moneywort is a really nice, bright ground cover that makes stuff pop, is what we say.
Kind of lightens up those shaded areas.
Right.
Of course, when you limb up a yopon like that, you sometimes get those suckers that come up, so that's something you have to keep working on. But I really like the look of the yopon holly. Well, Troy, you guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Appreciate you showing us around.
Thank you.